some great music. Last night I saw you standing and I wanted. I started pretending that I knew you and you knew me too. And just like a woman, you were too shy, but you weren't the only, 'cause so was I. And I dreamed of it every night. Now I just could not get it right. Next time you come my way, I know just what to say. Everybody, can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want to know your name. Can we talk for a minute, baby? Girl, I want to know your name. I started to write you letters, but I wanted to be much clever. I wanted to get down and squeeze on you. Yeah, baby. And just like a baby, I could not talk. And I tried to come closer, but could not walk. And I dreamed of it every night. And now I just could not get it right. If we ever come close again, I know what I'll say, baby. Can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want to know your name. Can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want to know your name. Hey, if you guys like what we're playing, say hell yes. We are Phoenix and the Eclectics. I got my bassist right here. His name is Cody. Say hey, Cody. I got Quiz. Josh playing on the drums. Say hey, Josh. I got T3 on the keys. And Mr. Basson on the electric guitar. Thank you for coming to Simply Sangria for the Poetry Night. I hope that it makes your day shine and your night feel bright. We are here for you as you are here for the poets and the music. We're gonna get into it, most definitely. Let's go. Sometimes I've learned that with music, music can be poetry as well.
Hey, you hear it?
See, I'm watching you.
You hear it? Hey, from across the room?
From across the room.
Is that all right?
Y'all like some poetry? Is that all right? Like I said, I've been watching you from across the room. Your style, your smile, the way you do things, it makes me feel nice. There is only one for me. undress you, babe. Open up your mind and just rest. I'm about to let you know you make me so. All you gotta do is say yes. Don't deny what you feel, let me undress. Open up your mind, just rest. I'm about to let you Simply Sangria. You make me so, 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 so. You make me so, 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 so. You make me so, 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 so. You make me so, 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 so. Now, loving you has taken time, but I always knew you could be mine. I recognize the butterfly since I came. Said it's gonna be made tonight. All you gotta do is say yes. All you gotta do is say yes. Don't deny what you feel, let me undress. Open up your mind and just rest. I'm about to let you know you make me so. Don't deny what you feel, let me undress you, babe. Open up your mind and just rest. I'm about to let you know. Sangria, can you do it for me? Can you say so, 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 so? Can you do that for me? Can you sing it? Can you sing it for me? So, 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 so. And how do you make him feel? You make him feel so, 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 so. How does she make you feel deep down inside, fellas? Say so, 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 so. Drop down for me, ladies. For the poetry night, a lot of you brought your spouses, a lot of you came alone, knowing that if you didn't come to this poetry night, that woman in HR who keeps threatening to write you up would have got some. And some of y'all are the ladies in HR. I see your clothes. Yeah. Help me with this one, y'all. So, 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 so. When they try to say that they're gonna do something, you say so, 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 so. When he says that he can't do it, but so, 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 so. 'Cause you make me so, 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 so. Thank you.
One by one, we hustled the ball. One by one, we start to fall. Now, thanks to the penitentiary of death, I feel like I'm the last one left from all my childhood peers. But throughout the years, we started to disappear. My niggas, we grew up together, threw up together, and we thought we can do this shit forever. But forever is a very long time when you're living a life of crime. Now the memories haunt me like a spirit. In my head so foggy, I know I need to clear it. I guess it's true what they once said, that most of the good men are locked up or dead. But when you grow up having nothing, you find yourself hustling for something. So one by one, we hustle the ball, and one by one, we start to fall. Now, thanks to the P teacher at death, I feel like I'm the last one left. Rest in peace, my homeboy P-Boy. All right, next one. Come one, come all. You'll have a ball. You'll have all the drugs you ever need, from coke ecstasy, even weed. That alcohol will flow like a lake. And anything you want, man, just take. Here, there are no rules. You can act a fool. Sex is always in the air. Look around, it's everywhere. But if you want to be the boss, you have to pay the cost. It might be little or it might be high, but just give it a try. And if you want to be down, then all you got to do is sign your life, your name over, and welcome to the devil's playground. That's that one. This next poem is because of my dude Black Soul. He told me that I should write about this. I never wanted to, but I am. So this is for you. Help, help. Damn, I shitted on myself. I said that just to have y'all laughing. But really though, if you have MS, that could really happen. Your nerves being attacked by your immune system. Just look at all the symptoms. It'll have you walking with a cane, or it can put you in a wheelchair. You'll start feeling like life's unfair, from falling down to barely getting around. You'll learn a hard lesson, and it will send you into a deep depression from all that stress. And you ask me, how do I know? Well, my name is Crouchy Kirkendall, and I have MS. For sure.
How do we share our story and not reveal more than needs be told? How do we hold your attention if we're afraid to reveal our own soul? When we strip away the layers and finally get down to me, we're so afraid of what we find there. There's a multitude to see. Some shrink back in fear when we say Legion is our name. It's an old story about swine. We are not one and the same. For our many has one source, they all flow from me. The other was spawned by Lucifer, so the difference is plain to see. Though we both came from heaven above, his legion brings destruction while mine brings love. When I am we, we're only sharing things straight from our heart, using small slices and slivers of our own life, trying to conceal the too intimate parts. But if I am to share with you what's being said, we must show no fear as you peek inside my head. We're better than an open book that no one will read. We're a Pied Piper on your eardrums where we've planted a seed. As we dance across your mind's eye, there's an unknown cadence that begins taking sway. So even when the words make no sense, you still understand what I say. There was a man who went up the hill to find a wife, and they created life, and through the ups and downs, the highs and lows, life caught up with them, and they just kept on living. What's being said? We never know when it's our time to go, short or long, right or wrong. While you worry that life's not fair, soon it's not there. What's being said? My life? I don't know. My wife? I don't know. Why strife? I don't know. And afterlife? I don't know. We have to live this one to see if there's another show. What's being said? A message from the master. This one isn't about me. We wrote it as a favor. Simply held on to the pen while you spilled out your flavor. I've got to stop these lies from spreading. Got everyone waiting on a savior. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow's not here. Today you waver. My story is known to you. It's not a new one. But after we share it with you, you'll see that it's the true one. There's been only one beginning, and it started not with a bang. It started when first I opened my mouth to sing. My singing woke the darkness, then cast it apart, spread note by note, pouring from my heart. From nothing I created everything you see, all of heaven above, below the land and seas. I alone created it all, gave it rhyme and reason, placed the sun in the sky to track the changing seasons. All the creatures paired up right from the start. Now with the man by my side, I let him play his part. Each plant and animal I let him name. The animals came in twos, both different, even while being the same. At the end of the naming, he noticed that he was only one, not two. and his face showed there was something he thought I'd forgotten to do. But I quieted his mind and laid him down for a short nap, imagined his own rib now sitting in his lap. I sang a new song full of love and desire. Woman was not an afterthought. I'd always known she would only take man higher. But what's a love story without a twist? That's how the serpent got mixed up in this. He was a bright shining star full of glory and beautiful to behold, but he loved himself overmuch and soon corruption filled his soul. He convinced 1/3 of the heavenly host to believe in his lies, promised him glory and power, and surely you'll never die. Enticed the woman to eat from the forbidden fruit, knowing full well the man would follow suit. He carried out his plans, not seeing any way they could fail. It never crossed his mind that he would end up in hell. For now he was in power. The woman and man had been tossed from the garden. Little did he know that grace and glory had been commissioned for their pardon. It was in his own thoughts where he first placed himself above the Most High, called himself Alpha, Omega. I am that I am. It's I who rules the sky. Now he and his first third, plus all those who follow, can't hear or see God with those hearts so hollow. What comes from our mouth must flow from our heart. And once it's filled with an agape love, that's just the start. A new jump point in this journey we label as life, more than a burden bearer or remover of strife. Remember, my way is easy and the burden is light, but I never said there'd be no fight. The battle has been fought and the victory won, but each individual story is still left undone. A message from the Master. Thank you.
There are a few sayings that we've all heard before. Jack of all trades is one of the biggest ones. Which goes further, saying that a jack of all trades is a master of none, saying that you can do a little bit of everything, but you're not really good at anything. Talking down on your own skill. But the full proverb is a jack of all trades and master of none is still better than a master of one. Completely flipping it on its head, meaning diversify yourself. A hyperfixation is detrimental. One I've heard from my own family is that blood is thicker than water. We've all heard that, right? The full saying is the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. So basically, your friends are the family that you choose and are bound by things so much deeper than a basic familial connection. And how many of us have heard one of these used incorrectly in order to lecture? Another one goes back to my childhood, and that's using the Lord's name in vain. Saying God damn it was the top tier taboo in my house. But what was missed was truly using the Lord's name in vain as acting as if you are speaking for him. Bastardizing scripture to prove your point, weaponizing his word to oppress his people. My parents were disciplinarians for sure. They would have me recite Ephesians 6:1 before doling out their punishment, and it reads, "Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right." And with that comes a promise that life will go well with you in heaven as well as on earth. Obviously, I had to say that more than a few times. Now, what I did not dare to point out was the following question that my parents would ask me. It was very obviously rhetorical. They would say, "Is this going well with you?" If it was, I wouldn't be in that position, honestly. But what they never pointed out to me, what they failed to tell me, was the very following verse, which is, "Parents, do not exasperate your children. Instead, bring them up in the training and instruction of the Lord." Do you think that was a portion of the verse that I had ever heard before? Of course not. And I say that to say this. We have all heard someone spew hate behind the guise of Christianity. The church should be a hospital for the broken, yet all too often it's treated as a museum for perfection. You don't have to be a perfect work of art to cross his threshold. The God I know is one of love and acceptance, understanding and empathy. And if you use his word to condemn another one of his children, then we didn't read the same fucking book.
Come on, poet.
I stumbled quite a bit on that one. Sorry, I'll get it polished. So, this next one comes from. It started out as a Facebook post that Vic, the guy that puts all this on, had posted. It was a writing prompt, and then Popeye shared it, and I was up late and had nothing better to do, so I created a little tangent on it. And he's like, "If that's not a piece someday, I'm gonna be pissed." So, I came up with this. It talks about how the protagonist in a story is the most positive, perfect person, and the narrator hates him. That's the gist of it. I don't have the actual picture here, but I decided to write this piece based off of that. In most stories written, the protagonist is the nicest, most perfect person imaginable. Sometimes flawed, but almost in an endearing fashion. As a writer myself, I have designed this character. I used to write poetry about fictional people who could ideally handle situations that I was given. The man who had all my hindsight answers. And I hate him. I hate him because I took every positive trait and ideal perspective, boiled it in my tortured cauldron of my psyche, and poured it into the mold of the man I wished I could be. All the positive, all the pride, every last ounce of the man I prayed I could become, and that surgical dissection of oneself leaves you only with what's left. The broken and misshapen pieces. And I tried to piece together some semblance of positivity where there truly was none. All that was left was my trauma, my pain. So then I became the world that broke me in the first place. And if I have to face that, then now so should my character. And the dance with the self-masochist becomes perpetual. I was broken, so now I must break you. Which in turn breaks me all over again. The mind of the creative is torture in the most beautiful way. Much like stained glass, I take my shattered self, paint it in my wounds and scars, and piece it together to try and create something new entirely. Shine the light of the stage through me, and the audience gets to see what's the final draft, and that's to simply say, none of you ever will truly know me. Thank you. All right, so this is my last piece. I appreciate that. I appreciate the hype, man. That was nice. I appreciate it. So this is the piece that was about my wife. I figured I'd end it on something positive since, I don't know, I felt kind of sad after doing those pieces. But I don't want to end y'all with like a depressing note. I'm actually pretty happy. I can't stop smiling. It's a good day. It's beautiful outside. The only downside is Popeye has to look at me. So.
It's a mutual kind of pain.
Yeah, that makes sense. This one goes out to my wife. To the woman who put together the pieces that she didn't break, healed wounds that she didn't cause, and built a life that I felt I would never deserve. I love her so much that it's simply beyond description, and God, she infuriates me.
Speak on it.
But I'm not talking in the way that you think, Popeye. Y'all are getting married in a few months. Like, the hell, man. But I'm not talking about her in the way that you would think. She worked magic in my life. Went over every cut and healed me. Made every scar disappear. Pieced together a broken man that stands before you. But in that transformation, she took away everything I used to write about. Everything that I felt made me interesting, the edge to my art. That's the thing that they don't tell you about a happy poet. Personally, I just feel like my art sucks. She healed so much trauma and made sure that I got the help that I needed, was my bedrock when my entire world felt like it was falling apart, and I can't even write about the negative. I just love her so fucking much. And I waited to perform this piece until she wasn't here to hear it. If anyone knows my wife, knows she absolutely hates the spotlight. Which perplexes me even more so that she decided to marry a poet. She doesn't want to be the center of attention, and yet she's the center of my world. But the most important thing she helped me see was myself through her eyes. I fell in love with myself, falling in love with her. She's my best friend, my favorite person. And all of this, everything positive that I've gained, I owe to her. Thank you.
Around so many talented, beautiful people. So my first one will be How I Love Thee. Oh, how I love thee. Let me count the ways. First off, Lord, you deserve all the praise. Therefore, I'm yours from the bottom to the top, and I will worship you until time stops. I know absence from the body is present with you. Oh, how I love thee and the way you pull me through. Nobody can compare. No matter how hard they try to copy, you deserve all of me because your love is agape. In addition, you're so faithful. That's just one of the many reasons I'm so grateful, never hateful. You love me through the good, the bad, and the ugly without trying to judge me. You have shielded me with your protection. You have kept me alive. Honestly, without you, I wouldn't survive. So when I ask the question, how I love thee, it doesn't even amount, because it's just a small fraction to how you love me. That's the first piece. As bro said, I am a published author, 2-time.
Come on.
This is my second book, We Are Made from the Past for Our Future. I'm going to tell you why I titled it, We Are Made from the Past for Our Future. My friends, our past doesn't cancel us. They're the fire in which we're forged, in which we're made strong, and how we're moved along on this journey to the people we're supposed to be. We learn as much about who we are through failure as we do success. No, we're not canceled. We're created. More importantly, these lessons help us acquire the tools to do what God has called us to do. Through sharing my past, my lessons, how I came to be the person I am today with the message I'm called to share, I hope to empower you to be courageous, to walk in faith, and to see your past and yourself in a way that you never had before. Not to judge, but to learn, grow, and eliminate thought and behavior patterns that may be holding you back. We have to be motivated. We have to be active, willing to be dedicated, and ready to share our experiences. Yes, we must be made. And this last one I'm going to share is Now or Never. It's never too late to be the person we always want to be. But ironically, we got to make that decision constantly. Listen up, I'll tell you more about me. I was once blind, but now I see. I was locked up for a long time, but thank God I'm free. So it's now or never. I'm physically fit as well as mentally sharp and clever. I can't undo the mistakes of the past, but I'd be a fool to let life slip from my grasp. So I gotta make every opportunity count, as well as turn every dollar into a larger amount. I've had a taste of living lavish. I'm 42 years old. I should have been established. Unfortunately, growing up, I made a lot of bad decisions, but I know I wouldn't be still living if I didn't have a mission. So all the things I went through only made me stronger. It's now or never, and I can't wait any longer. Because nobody knows when God is going to close them gates. So my head is up and my feet are pointed straight. Dissect my lineage, realize my pedigree. I'm like Popeye full of spinach. Bruno nor the devil could stop me. So it's now never, and the clock is ticking. I'm looking for the best shot against the opposition. Maybe I drive in the paint and hit him with a hook. That will occur when you see who wrote one of this year's hottest books. A few months later, watch me get a deal. I'm not arrogant, but I'm confident that I got skills. So I got God, I got a plan, and I'm determined to let my light shine. It's now or never. I can't, you can't if you know better, because it's 2024, and we can't waste any more time.
The 5 hardest things for a man to say. Number 5, I was wrong. Do I need to say more?
Now y'all want to wake up.
What is it about our ego and identity that makes being wrong feel so wrong? A man lost on a road trip is more than likely to say he is taking a detour, which might explain why the skipper's trip was only supposed to be a 3-hour tour. Now, after a while, our partners will get to a point where us being wrong is a given. Even when we may be right, wrong is the life we are living. We can make the wrong turn down the right road, give the right answer at the wrong time, or my personal favorite, be right at the same time that she thinks that she's right, which somehow makes me wrong. When our actions don't align with what our significant others think we should have done, when we're being immature even though it's all in fun, when we know that Neil Patrick Harris was not Niles from Frasier, or that there was indeed a series of movies called Hellraiser, that we know that Sinbad was in a movie called Shazam, and I don't care what BuzzFeed or IMDb tries to tell you, or that Heath Ledger was a shitty Joker because there's no one you can compare Jack Nicholson to. I don't know why we go through the same old song, but one of the 5 hardest things to say is I was wrong. Number 4, I have a fetish. How long, I fucking hate that y'all are right here. How long must we wait? How long is the appropriate amount of time before you tell the person that you're with that the thought of them wearing a sports bra backwards with a pair of leggings while rubbing a balloon on their thigh and eating a piece of chicken drives you crazy?
First law. Say it again. Say it again. Please.
How long is the appropriate amount of time to wait before you tell the person you are with that the thought of them wearing a sports bra backwards with a pair of leggings while rubbing a balloon on their thigh and eating a piece of chicken drives you crazy? How far into a relationship must one go before browser history can ever be known? As long as it's legal and the relationship is trusting, how long do you wait until you say, my fetish is crushing? No, it's not, and don't Google that. On the first date, it's probably not wise and will make your date say, wow. But it should be advised to inform them well before you say your vows. In a country that has become more and more sexually stunted, it's hard to say what you want without fear of your SO being disgusted. But you may find in some rare and amazing cases that your fetishes align, or it's just one of those phases. Or maybe, just maybe, they will have one too. Just be prepared if it scares the shit out of you. Number 3, I lost my job. Whether dating or married or just figuring things out, loss of financial security can throw some things about. And if you're like me and spent most of those days sitting around, you find rather quickly there's little sympathy to be found. But the inner anger and self-loathing will surprise when you find your SO not seeing you the same in their eyes. There's something a man goes through that is about not knowing where that next paycheck is coming from, that makes you, or made me, give up. and depressed into bumming. You don't want them to know and fear what they'll say. You're a disappointment. I deserve better than to live this way. Whether it's your fault or the company who hired you, you find yourself letting down the one person who has always inspired you. And when you finally get that next job, even if it's not what you wanted, you realize what it is you really confronted. That the joy of spoiling your SO or the dull duty of being an adult was something not having a job made you put on hold. So you try to do better, whether it's making fries or stacking chairs. And you decipher that jobs are like ogres, and ogres, like onions, have layers. Number 2, I love you. Now, for some of us, these 3 words may be easy, while the majority of us, I believe, these words make us queasy. We are more than likely to admit to loving a thorn in our toe than to say it to the one person for whom we could never let go. I am a poet, a lover of words, or otherwise known as a narcissistic Dr. Seuss. But even I could admit I stumble and I hesitate to let those 3 words loose. I said them to my sister because I felt I had to until I found out that I actually did. And I said them again when that sister had a kid. I've said them about Boy Meets World, Firefly, and Buffy. Hell, I've said them about my grandma's oyster stuffing. But when it came to the one person whom my heart knew it beated for, it took me some time to find them and even more time to let them soar. But once I did, I found, just like with my niece and my sister, if you really do mean them, they in fact come quicker. Now, I can't end a phone call, a long story, or a text without saying I love you by words, hugs, or kiss. She is the one with whom I love most, and I find it easy to say that I love her as if to say I love toast. And I laugh at how I once felt those words like bile in my stomach or acid in my throat. But now those words to me are a lot more than a rom-com quote. Number 1, I was raped. I know the who. I know the where. I know the what. What I will never know is the why. And I will wear that why like a scarlet letter into every relationship I will enter. Romantic or not, new or old, male or female, it makes no never mind. But I carry it in a closet like a loaded gun with the touch hole primed. Now make no mistake. I know those words are soul breaking regardless of gender. And gender, age, height, or weight make no difference to the offender. But I can only speak for men since I've only ever been one. And I can say because of that, there aren't many men that are ready to defend one. What do you mean you were raped? You're a dude. She couldn't penetrate. Or why you lying? That's just rude. I'm a man, so I'm powerful. I'm the quote-unquote dominant sex. But I didn't feel too dominant when she wanted to have sex. I didn't feel dominant, happy. Hell, I barely felt human. Yes, I was drinking. What the fuck does that have to do with it? I stalk her Facebook. I hear her voice come from someone else's mouth. She is the reason I have no confidence when sexual things go down south. I felt it was my fault, found little evidence to dispute that. How could someone I cared about fuck it up and do that? The person I love now knows that she's dealing with the anger and hate and blame that through no fault of her own bears someone else's name. And though I may walk with my scarlet letter, I will not walk with shame, even if it's one of the hardest things in my mind for a man to say. Thank you.
Come on, poet.
I'm going to cut my set to 2 pieces because I just depressed the hell out of everybody, even myself. If I could think of one piece, that is me out to the world, that explains who I am as a poet, what I want as a poet, what I want to do as a poet, it is this next piece, and I want to thank Black Soul for being an asshole earlier and making me find it. It's called Oreo. Fuck you, Vic. You burnt green bean. Fuck you. And scene. The following is not sponsored by Nabisco, but it is brought to you by an Oreo. A fragile black shell with a creamy white center. And no matter what cookie aisle I'm in, I'm called a poser or a pretender. You see, the Thin Mints don't want me. I wasn't made like them. And the vanilla wafers can't help but fear me. You see, the difference is a lot more than the shape I'm in. Like the onion ring in your order of fries, I was brought up knowingly out of place. Nothing I do is for the culture, not until I have a defined race. Followed through every store aisle, they just couldn't take the chance. Fitting the description just enough, I know the steps to the police's dance. Like they twisted terrorist into turban, so did they do black into urban. Acting white became a profession, while being black a sinful confession. So when they hear Bone Thugs and Harmony and then see me, I'm stealing just like Elvis, a culture I don't belong to. But when I hit the shuffle button and out pours Neil Diamond, well, then I'm as fake as Milli Vanilli, and that's a crime too. Or is Ashley Simpson a more updated reference? My thoughts on O.J. Simpson once stated my racial preference. If the glove fit, that was it. I was whitewashed like the rest. But if it didn't, then that was lit, and my black card came through a test. The color purple, never seen it. And I barely recall Raisin in the Sun. But my friend, have you ever seen that classic movie, Cannonball Run? See, that last verse made a few of you squeamish. Though to admit it, you'd be hesitant. Though most of you would be happy to ignore it if it came from our first black, I mean biracial president. When Carlton was too white to join a frat, I felt that. When Static Shock was dumped because his girl's daddy was a white cop, hell, I've met that. Choosing Corey Matthews over Theo Huxtable was something I felt I had to hide. He wasn't a black character, so no matter how relatable, I just couldn't show pride. And any time I dared bringing up my growing up black experiences, they laughed in my face. Arguing that racists don't give a fuck about melanin percentages didn't seem to help my case. Whether we are talking about Martin or Tyler, a black man in drag is a multi-billion-dollar idea. But a mixed man just being mixed is of something most want to steer clear. You see, there are those in this very building whose skin are darker than mine. And by that fact alone, see me as a punchline. You see, light skin jokes are a genre I've grown quite accustomed to. But if stereotypes are the measurement, I've never met my dad, so am I blacker than you? I like mayonnaise, so am I whiter than you? I love musicals, so I must be gay too. Left with no camp or club to cling to, and since I'm a male, I don't even have a fucking me too. Externally, I have no home base or shelter, due to an internal helter-skelter. Misunderstood lines written in my blood, I am pigmentally penalized like I'm some sort of mutt. Unclaimed due to no fame, I am a racial-free agent. But if I could shoot a ball or blow up a mall, headline news my face would be made with. Then you'd all see the words they'd use to describe me. And though Poet 1 might be, you'd see the one thing I can't change is the only thing they need to define me. So why by that same thing do you choose to deny me? Back in the day of cassettes, you were okay if they had a side A or a side B, so why is it not okay if black and white are inside me? You see, the truth is, I'm not an exceptional person. I am massively flawed and quite forgettable. I don't rank on a scale from 1 to memorable. They no longer make my crown in the Crayola 64 set. I'm a African half-breed just trying to get my life set. I'm stumbling blindly along that tiny hyphen, tightrope that sits between the words birth and death, giving all that I have down to my last breath. So while I am still, somehow, not sponsored by Nabisco, I am no longer bothered being an Oreo. The most well-known cookie whose flavor is ever-changing, comes in so many shapes, sizes, and colors, it's genetically amazing. Fits perfectly in or just outside of whatever box you include. You see, Milk's favorite cookie comes poetry flavored too.
Come on,
Eclectics, as you can see my inexplicable hat, Popeye had asked me to wear this hat. It is from the Alice in Wonderland collection.
Love it.
So I said, okay, I'll wear it, you know.
Steal it from you, but
I mean, I'm an eclectic. I do different stuff. Okay, don't act like this is new. Y'all seen Erykah Badu? Just bringing it back. Just bringing it back. Y'all ready for something y'all can dance to? Y'all ready for something y'all can dance to? When I say it's too hot, because it was outside, say hot damn. It's too hot. It's too hot. Let's go. This here, that ice cold Michelle Fox, that white gold. This one, them hood girls, straight masterpiece. Styling, wildin', living up in the city. Got Chuck's on, got Saint Laurent, got Kiss myself. So hot, too hot. Got police and the fireman, I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man, I'm too hot. Say my name, you know who I am, I'm too hot. And my band bout that money. Let's see. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk gon' give it to you. Uptown Funk gon' give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Hey! Come on! Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! What? Show me. Show me what you can do. Go ahead. Let's kill it. Yo, can I hear some keys? Go! Hey, can I hear a little bit of the heartbeat? Let me hear some bass. Let me get some bass. Drums. Uptown funk you up, uptown funk you up, uptown funk you up, uptown funk you up. Say uptown funk you up, uptown funk you up, uptown. Hold up. Stop. Wait a minute. Pour my cup, put some sangria in it. Yeah. Thank you so much, you guys. We definitely appreciate you. We are Phoenix and the Eclectics. One more? One more? Yes. Candy Rain. Candy Rain. You said one more? You said one more. We're doing this.
Leave it at your way.
Y'all doing all right? Y'all liking the music so far? I said y'all liking the music so far. Come on now. We here at Simply Sangria. We gonna kill it one more time for y'all. You said just one? I asked. Let's go. Ready? words, some poetry. We got the regulators. We have a wonderful poet in the building and dancer. But if this is something that you guys are interested in doing, definitely reach out to those who are over this. We'd love to hear you, especially us. We are Phoenix and the Eclectics. Thank you.
Hours, but we love every minute of it. Be loud.
Be warm.
Be temple, a place to be among those like you.
To fellowship and be loved in a world hell-bent to not love you back. To not love your black. A safe space to receive nourishment for the soul.
Sometimes the place that we can go to hold our hurts and pain.
But there ain't no hurt like church hurt. The hurt that happens when you get overlooked, excluded, talked about, don't get paid. Your experience is criticized when they act like you don't do all the work you're doing to keep this going. But we still serve. Worship with song. I find I'm in church a lot. My soul anchored. The moment I step foot on holy ground, I feel the presence of something working in the room.
Demons battled and enslaved.
Flesh cleansed.
Weight coming off the shoulder of the bear.
Scriptures scribed from the minds of the wise.
Given to multitudes, speaking in proverbs, psalms, and parables.
To teach the ones that need the lesson. And ain't that like an open mic? Housing like-minded souls battling through trauma, depression.
Seeking guidance, coming to revelation.
Microphone be pulpit, stage a sacred space.
Praise be to the stanza, to the words that roll off tongues like tongues.
The presence
It's
of
a call
the
and
Lord
response.
is here.
It's praise
The presence of the Lord
and
is
worship.
here.
We communicate with each other. Poet to audience to poet addressing the congregation.
Lose yourself in the spirit like David dancing till naked.
We spit until the naked truth is exposed. And at this very moment, we in fact are having church.
Snaps and spit pours be ad-libs to this sermon.
My exposure of dark secrets, my telling of myself is a testimony service.
I'll make it out. Poetry service take hours.
But we love every minute of it, get our healing from it.
But ain't no hurt like poet hurt. The hurt that happens when you get overlooked, excluded, talked about, don't get paid. Your experience is criticized when they act like you don't do all the work you're doing to keep this going. But we still serve faithfully. Bring our words to the altar. Ease our minds while still helping someone love themselves at the same time.
Slay demons while cleaning your own soul.
Each performance a conversation. I seen the spirit move in the room.
Like a Russian tidal wave, leaving people slain, taking breaths away.
In the church and in the open mic.
Hold up. So if open mic be home,
Come on.
and home is where the heart is, then church is where you are moved. So turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, 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 neighbor.
I'm moved.
See?
Church.
So spit poets, let it all out.
Leave that burden.
Lay yourself down and release.
I mean, you at church. It's what you're supposed to do. Right?
And let the church say,
Little girl, me and your daddy got a thing going on. And I've been around since before you were born. I even thought of leaving him torn between a family man and my man. And when your mama asks, you say, chill. We just friends. Nothing's gonna happen. She turned the FBI agent phone in hand looking for estrogen only to find the weed man. Offering up something that makes people feel better than weed can. A job proposition. Changing him from money man to let me hold some money man. A hard-hitting home wrecker since the 80s. I'm consistent and persistent. He thought he quit me for a year, 2, maybe 10. How old are you? And just when he thought he had me out of his system, his friend snuck me back in. And when your mama asked again, he said, chill. We're just friends. I missed the one-letter distinction. Nothing's gonna happen. Them short high fantasies be the resting place for all his money. Now ain't that something? You ever wonder what happened to your easy bake oven? Or your bike? While the lights are off, using candles to creep about. While you must wear your winter coat inside of the house. I'm his main bitch now. Friday, honey, give it up. I got a good thing on here. You have no clue just how many people are the fuckers, the demon that silences all others, just like that. At the part of his brain that even your mama can't scratch. And look at you. I think you're kind of cute. I wonder what Miss Rock Bottom can do for you. Or you like your father too. Look, honey.
I hate to have to break the news like this, but what can I say? Addiction be the side bitch that don't go away.
Wow.
I'm so deep. I start all my poems in this tone of voice so you know I'm saying something serious. Shh. I'm so deep, I knew you were gonna say something right then when I wrote this poem. So deep, my piss sounds like kumbaya. So deep, the cottage cheese on my thighs is gourmet. My ass looks like a brain, so my twerking makes intelligent thoughts. I'm so deep. I reclaimed all of Maxine Waters' time. I'm so deep. My lost and found contains LeBron James' natural hairline, gas prices from 1989, yo little sister's edges, a Tamagotchi pet across colors jacket, and yo virginity. I'm so deep. I just spoke about women and vagina in a poem called Deep, but did not say sex. I'm so deep, I just said sex in a deep poem. I'm so deep, I know the place where all the lost socks go. I am so deep, I will not give you the lost sock. You will just have to trust and know and jump in with cold feet. I am so deep, the pupils of my eyes are your teachers. Damn. That shit's deep. Shit! I am like the deepest. I am so deep, I'm woke. I'm so woke, I cry coconut oil and I shake. I am so woke. My third eye had a Zoom call with Tupac yesterday and he told Nipsey, this motherfucker hella deep, yo. I am so deep. I wrote this poem a long time ago. I am so deep. We don't talk about crisscross and applesauce because snitches get stitches. I am so deep. We don't eat blueberries or cherries because his pussy's still pork. I'm so deep. You'll get that last line later. I'm so deep. I can stand like this, stomp my foot, point to my head, and it will magnify the meaning of this poem tenfold. I am so deep, my breast milk is vegan. The lining of my birth canal is made of kente cloth. I squirt shea butter. I don't have orgasms. Orgasms have me. I am so deep. Google searches me. I am so deep. I predicted Cash Money taking over for the 99 in the 2000. I am so deep. I don't even say the word nigga unless, of course, I said the word nigga, in which case I didn't say it. Nigga, I am so deep. I don't even close my eyes to kiss because you motherfucker will not catch me slipping. I am so deep. I don't even write in black ink on white paper because whitey will never hold my blackness. I don't even eat breath mints because they too are white. I exude deepness and spirituality through my pores in the form of halitosis. My unflexed elbow looks like Dr. Sebi. My farts smell like tea and incense. I am so deep, bean pies, aunts, and other shit deep ass poets say. I am so deep. This is not the end of a poem, but the beginning of a revolution.
Since I can remember, Sunday football always been ritual, and the men of the house went unbothered. I'm so KC, I remember the days of Warren Moon.
Hell, Joe Montana, Derek Thomas, and Neil Smith.
Tony G and the X Factor.
Priest Holman, Jamal Charles.
Elvis Gerback.
I remember not quite making it.
And knowing what a horrible season looked like. I remember dreading Sundays.
With the fear we would lose, the friggin' Patriots always got a parade
filled with glee and confetti. One day it's gonna be KC. How is a possibility?
Now as adults, Sunday is ritual.
And in my house, we look forward to the season.
We got Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, and Nick Bolton.
I'm so KC, I deserve to be winner. Enjoy the fruits of victory. I witnessed the parade on TV and in person. In Defco Chill and Bright Future Sunny.
I remember my first
We
one.
are
The city stood on opposite sides of the lane. The bodies kept piling in. The procession was one to remember. Faces filled with the immaculate.
You gotta fight.
It was
for your right.
A story that I will tell my kids. And we have a chance to make history again and again.
Like the Patriots, we gon' three-peat.
23.
We gon' hoist the Lombardi.
23.
But I will not be attending the parade. I saw firsthand what the sun will do when you're not checking people.
February 14, 2024.
A day of love and joy as we celebrate victory of Super Bowl.
Like Patriots.
Turn tragedy, turn war zone.
Like Patriots.
That afternoon, the heat peak, March 23. It was babies, children, innocent.
All trying to enjoy the same rituals I've been dreaming of.
I saw 2 hit in the flag feet from me. I was 10 toes planted.
Alert, there's an active shooter at Union
I said it's only fireworks.
We are now entering Code Delta.
Wrong.
All available
Death to the
staff
screams.
is asked to meet at the entrance to be for support.
But I saw the bodies running.
See, I remember being first responder.
Felt my smile
The city
turn grim.
stood on opposite sides of the
Joy
lane. The
became
bodies
pain.
kept piling
How
in.
I prepared
Faces
to protect
filled
myself.
with the impossible.
You know, fight fire with fire. Protection. All while putting myself
It
in
was
danger.
life-changing. A story that I will tell to my kids.
I'm not the culprit, but I could have been a victim of casualty. There was only one death. ATF states 4 or more killed or injured in a single incident is classified as a mass shooting.
I will never forget this. I
Just wanted to enjoy like the Patriots and celebrate this part of the ritual, not be in remembrance of.
I'm still a Chiefs fan.
Still loving football, just not willing to die hard for it.
Search for another nigga to slay.
She said they're knocking down doors, leaving bodies on the floor as they search for another nigga to slay. We said they're knocking down doors, leaving bodies on the floor as they search for another nigga to slay. And they say he was reaching.
Now he's no longer breathing as his children cry out his name.
Through tear-filled screams, the American dream had always been our nightmares.
Through stories told of night terrors when hooded pussies played tough and our people got fucked.
Metaphorically.
And literally.
Oh, say, can you see?
No, I can't, motherfucker. Because I can't see past the past pain that gives birth due to the disdain of the present.
As I think of all the lives lost.
Because of this presence.
Nigga knocking. They're knocking mothers and fathers out of households with planted
And
kilos.
children become wards of the system.
Feeling as though no one has ever missed them.
Because they were never returned to sender.
Years later,
Children
children become
are
immortalized on
immortalized
t-shirts to be remembered.
That process is repeated.
That process repeated.
That process is
repeated.
until as people we feel defeated.
Nigga knocking with a no-knock policy because the biggest threat to the American dream is a nigga with dreams.
So they intend to constantly be the nightmare. But what happens when we
Bust back.
I know they told us to stay calm, but
Fuck that. If we don't protect our own, they'll never see their years of being grown.
They'll never plant seeds of their own, and they'll live their borrowed years in fear
Of one day becoming a tattooed tear, taken away by those meant to serve and protect.
It's our people that get the neglect.
Nigga knocking, looking for niggas to knock off. Next time that nigga knock his yo door
Stand your ground.
and knock his fucking block off.
Don't be the next nigga to fall.
Be the next black man to stand tall.
So people keep asking me what made me choose to be a poet. And I assume they've never heard of Will the Real One Piece. But if I'm honest, I can only assume that I know where my competitive nature, all this passion comes from. But what I do know is I found something I'm good at and I'm still trying to find better. And I'm able to do this in the most extreme weathers. You know, whether I'm getting applause or some draws, but after that, I write. Because I'm still trying to get my flow down tight. See, I'm obsessed with slam culture. Been picking the bones for nuggets like vultures. I spent years wasting Ching and Scorpion in Mortal Kombat. That's why every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back. But the number one thing I get asked often is what's been my motivation. And I remember the day I met him. Fresh fro, gold teeth, long chain, he was dressed to impress. He spoke to me in a way that I've only heard Jesus. And by the time he was done, he had made me a believer. In a room full of ruckus, I sat there quiet, but on the inside, he inspired a riot. And to this day, I still get the same joy from when my wheels turning, when I discovered another part of myself I didn't know was worth learning. And people will keep asking me, what made me choose to be a poet? And I'm not really sure how to put it in words, but my prayer is that my nouns matches my verbs. My modus operandi says Queen got in, said King, you gotta keep your head high. Or it could have been that day I showed M. Avery, I know what the fuck I'm doing when I fry a chicken thigh, because I believe I can do the impossible. And that's why a lot of my future opponents always treat me hostile, because people will keep asking me, what keeps me going? Because Negro said I ain't good enough. Or when I watch my friend showing up gossip like he catches bullets with his teeth. Nigga, please. I know I make myself look unshakable because I hide the band-aids that prove my heart has been breakable. God has allowed me to be more than anything I've ever dreamt to be, even when many men just kept wishing death on me, and people will keep asking me, what keeps me going? Because I actually walk the hoods that are waiting to steer that... Because I actually walk the hoods that are waiting to hear their voice, desiring to be champion of those people's voice. Realize I can never walk in the venue, tell Willie Lee Bell Jr. thank you and hand him a tissue because I cry his sweat and bleed my tears. That I've been the same inspired poet the last 20 fucking years. And what's crazy is my life is broken in two parts, pre and post him. And people keep asking me, what keeps me going? The true fact of the matter is you don't want to know. But what you should know is I found something I'm good at and I'm still trying to reach better. And I'm able to do this in the most extreme weathers, whether I'm getting applause or some draws, but after that, I'll write. But that right, I'll fight. Because it's been a long time and after years of trial and error, I just got a statement. Hear me now, because I got nowhere else better to be. And I'm not done till my favorite poet says their favorite poet is me.
Doc, I wrote it. I mean, I did what you suggested, but the exercise seemed to exorcise a few demons. The poem to my depression. I understand you make up one part of me. I worry about you, I mean us. I feel like we in Arkham Asylum. Finding comfort in dark rooms with white dusty walls, finding peace in the dripping, leaking, soaking in sorrow. That's not me, but you seem to like company. Crippling. Turn bed into dark, sinking place, making blanket the only hug we look forward to. Call it safe and warm, but it's still in this asylum, a place I once held as a sanctuary. See, my mind is flooded with a barrage of questions. Riddle me this, does she even like me? Why am I so broken? Do I attract broken things? Is that why I'm always alone? Some nights, I don't think you realize, but you've stolen sleep from me. You had me wide awake at night till the sun peaks and no sleep, making people ask me if I'm okay. What's going on? Why are you so silent and your light is dim? Why are you so dark night gloomy? You funny, Batman who laughs. I can't answer questions, Dr. Quinn. I don't have the answers to the questions I have. I know my anxiety is working along with my depression. It's a tag team up. I'm wrestling while restless. Opponent sheets and pillow doing my damnedest to not get pinned, cobbled, popped to mattress. I speak in code. I'm okay. It's cry out for help me. I can't complain as I'm trying to make it to tomorrow. Depression. Why did you make my smile into a mask? I can't stand being serious. Why so serious? And now I'm a joker and I'm always putting on a show. Depression. I thought I was bipolar, how my attitude was switched two-faced. No, Harvey Dent. Now I'm a reflection of my broken self. It's a switch in me to apologize even when I'm not the problem. Yeah, I wonder if that's a now added toxic trait nicely tucked away in this clay, man. There goes those damn depressing ass questions. I was a scarecrow formerly doctor. You know, I tried to heal myself, but I was hallucinating in this asylum. Ready for a fight I created, Mad Hatter, in a world I created with no Alice, a cat woman to be seen. I fight because I don't want depression to bane me. Back-breaking after flex, so I make my fight as strong as Commissioner Gordon's will. And I look the man in the mirror and I say, if you show your depressing ass face, I will fuck you up. Because I'm Batman!
Y'all wanna know how blind I am? If I take my glasses off, all of y'all would disappear. So blind, I gotta turn my music down to see as if my eyesight has anything to do with my ears, and I was in denial. But I knew I needed glasses at the age of 12 when I ran. Full speed ahead into what I assumed was an open door, only to run directly into the glass. In my defense, the glass looked so clear that I could see to the other side, but that's how I knew that I was blind, because I ran. Full speed ahead into what I clearly thought was a healthy relationship. In my defense, the grass seemed to be watered and those flags seemed to be green. But that's when I discovered I was colorblind, starting at the age of 17. I didn't see all the red flags when he would do the things that he would do. So I took it as a green light, thinking my heart was bulletproof, but nobody told me even with a bulletproof vest strapped to your chest, the pain still comes seeping through, and that shit lingers. leaving behind scars that's evident even to the naked eye. That's how I knew that I was blind, because I didn't notice the rose tint in my lenses, and whoever said ignorance was bliss, they surely meant it. I was so blinded by love, I was ignoring the feeling, pretending it was butterflies, but knowing that shit was intuition. Fast forward 5 years and I was stuck in the same position. I couldn't leave him alone. Like, I was fighting an addiction. I would hit it and quit it just to hit it again. I was so blind, but my vision's gotten much better since then. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. And I can see all the obstacles in my way. But it's safe to say I make mistakes, and that's okay. My vision isn't 20/20, but nothing's perfect anyway. I learned, taking it day by day while trying to undo the way I used to navigate. I'm still blind, but I stay on track with my vision. I make sure I take a step back and assess my vision. Love can be so blind. So I make sure I walk and I run. Because falling on your ass when it could have been avoided, that shit is no fun.
I met a hollow man playing keys with liquor, cools, and a bag of weed. He filled the room with a melody that sure got a hold of me. This hollow man playing keys was singing prayers for food and sleep. I said 2 cents is all I have on me, but I traded for your melody. This hollow man playing keys, religion was his harmony. The way the devil danced, it had to be. I found faith in his melody. To this hollow man playing keys, I stopped the band saying, brother, please. I'm ragged, worn, and desperately want the secret to this melody. This hollow man playing keys with liquor, cools, and a bag of weed. He laughed while asking, boy, ain't you free? Your soul is sacrificed to be. A hollow man playing keys, trapping truth beneath my feet. Tapping just enough so they don't think I'm a threat to be more than me. Another hollow man playing keys, taking shots while keeping beat. And what comes next I'll never see, 'cause I've given every part of me. To be a hollow man playing keys, full of smoke, still I believe. This fire deep inside of me is the only thing I'll ever need. I met a hollow man playing keys, who told me entertainment is far less dangerous than who I'm meant to be. The retribution for the smile my ancestors placed on evil's face, hoping to escape the crack herb and crack herb's whip spilling blood towards our waist. He grabbed me close and said, this ain't escape, this is hiding in plain sight. Tapping tunes with toes meant to expose escape. Too bad I can't read music. Maybe then my light could illuminate sentences, each note solidified as my fate. Still, I am the thing they want to be. Me. Treated as a god in the community, one of the few common points of unity. Entertainment masked me masterfully. Too masterfully. Until it was all they could see. So I traded creativity for safety and I labeled it art. Watching others murder for overplaying their part caused me to lose sight of that escape that I sought at the start. Now I'm slipping, slowly, surely, to this bleed. Each note siphoned more of my energy, but healed my wounds and fed my hunger sufficiently until all that was left was this melody and me. Another hollow man playing keys.
I apologize for my inability to do the poem you wanted.
I know you spend good money to see it. I spilled tears and blood to give it breath. So I acknowledge you may need to hear it right now, but I ain't had that kind of day.
Spent hours fighting tears behind smiles, considering others before myself.
I just want to be free. Something I haven't felt in a while, so please forgive me if I just don't want to trigger myself. I can't.
Do the Black Boy Killed poem. Didn't get to hug my son today. Wrapped in the sheets of my own depression, didn't see him off for school. I often worry, something will happen to him, and the last thing he will hear from me is hurry up before you miss your bus. I can't.
You're the child abuse poem. Cause something made me remember, and I found myself questioning if I'm still that same me, ashamed of me, in front of me. I'm doing good just to be here today. I can't do the rape poem.
I saw him today.
The domestic violence poem.
I saw him today.
The fucked up family poem. It was all I could do to not be a match inside of a powder keg. I can't do the breakup poem. She's texting me. The stalker poem. She's texting me. The emotional abuse poem. She's texting me. My phone is in my pocket. It won't stop vibrating.
I am not okay, and I can't pretend to be.
I can't do the comedy poem. I'm too drained to make myself laugh. I can't do the suicide poem. I felt like leaving today.
I'm doing all I can to stay.
This feels too much like a public reciting of my own suicide letter.
And after I'm done, I won't feel any better. Receiving applause, congratulating, gripping imagery without recognizing this is me here.
Now, who will be there to save me from myself? This is supposed to be my safe space, a place where community understands, greets with love instead of expectation.
Too often I've been asked to do the work that wasn't good for me.
Leaving me destroyed, unable to pull myself back together. I can't do it today. I need to be talked to, held, prayed for, reassured. Cause I still have
question myself.
Am I still valuable?
If I don't recite, do I still matter tonight?
Do people care about me or me telling the darkest things about me?
If I don't peddle trauma, am I any good?
Is a poet even a poet if we can't make ourselves?
If a poet is emotionally disturbed, do they still mean the words?
If we don't push dangerously past our limits, are we still doing the work?
If it's just words, does it still qualify as self-harm?
Because when I cut myself, I don't actually bleed.
I'm human.
These shows ain't worth my mental stability.
Crumbling ain't entertainment. But healing is miracle. Healthy is goals. I'm poet enough to know editing is key.
So the only thing I'm going to edit from this microphone,
this stage,
this poem
is me. And we will all be better because of it. It's 3 a.m. and all of a sudden I began to think, where is my birth certificate? Did I leave it in the car? What if I left it facing up? Did I leave my social security card too? Damn, somebody gonna steal my identity during tax season and before the rent is due. I'ma be homeless. That's embarrassing as fuck considering I called my ex a bum yesterday. He gonna get the last laugh. Speaking of laughs, remember when your shoes were too small in school and they laughed at you, Shane? Damn, I gotta piss. This like the 3rd time tonight. You gonna take a piss test or is everything alright? Remember the last time you thought everything was copacetic, ended up under anesthetic, all while feeling pathetic. You thought he was gonna be there for you. You thought a man asking to a child would show up for a fuck buddy who's just kind of cool. And speaking of fuck buddies, why did it take you 3 years to fall in love? Were you really single by choice or were you just not good enough? Speaking of good enough. Think people will like this poem maybe? Or the audience starts to look at you crazy, what if they stare at you? The sound of heart palpitations begins to fill the room. You're gonna do that little pat on the back thing you always do. And when they say, you did well, you're gonna believe them? A second guess yourself. Do you like yourself? You gonna start writing about something besides mental health? You sent that message 20 minutes ago. They was acting around 8. Left them 12 minutes to respond before you got alright. Show them your father's child and just how wild the shit can get. It'll teach that motherfucker how to own up to his shit. Whatever bitch you think he got in you is not the one he with. And speaking of minutes, it's only been 3, but it feel like 46. If you go to sleep right now, you can get your nightly fix of about 8 hours of sleep before you hear my voice again. Reminds me of a song that we got stuck inside our head. Do you love this shit? Are you high right now? Do you ever get nervous? What am I saying? Of course you do. Who else gonna look out for you and tell you the bitter truth? In enough time, I've ruined all of that for you too. It may feel like forever, but I'm fasting and get a blink in. And while you may feel ill, you just got a case of overthinking now. What was it we was looking for again? That's right. Where's that damn birth certificate?
The regulators are here because I reached out to Vic. I was like, hey man, we doing this thing. We looking for places. We trying to fundraise. We trying to show the people what we doing. And he was like, when you want to do it? Pick a date. So if y'all know poets in the city, especially young poets, what y'all see up here is the adult version. But I'm telling you, the vision that Spoken Word Productions is putting out is to work with the youth. That's really what we're aiming for, to have writing groups for the youth, to have slam opportunities for the youth, and to open them up to that mental health avenue. So if y'all know poets, if you know artists that can support the platform, that want to come out and perform, tell them 3rd Thursday every month, we right here. Shout out to Simply Sangria for continuing to support this. I don't think I got shit else to say. Spoken WP is the website, the Cash App, all that good shit. The regulators, what's the regulators cash app?
East of Red.
East of Red. Leave it to niggas to not have no simple shit. East of Red. That ain't nowhere in the regulators. That's a word puzzle. You gotta like flip that shit around. It works out.
It's a non-profit, so if you want to get tax write-off type shit, email us too.
I'm talking shit. Y'all fucking it up.
We want to help you save money.
Stupid. East of Red, if you want to support the regulators and our trip going down to Florida, man, it costs a pretty penny to do this. Spoken WP, if you want to support Spoken Word Productions and anything we got going on. Other than that, man, I'm done. Thank y'all so much for coming out, and we'll see y'all next month.